Hey, what's poppin', guys? Bit of an unfortunate topic today. I have decided to quit Fortnite both in playing the game and posting Fortnite on this channel. This probably doesn't come as a surprise to almost anybody since I haven't posted in like half a year, but I'm sorry for everyone who did expect me to keep playing the game. There's a lot of reasons why I'm quitting, but the biggest reason by far is the cheating issue. Fortnite has had an absurdly high number of cheaters in competitive and in ranked game modes and has done little to nothing about it for more than a year. I've experienced countless games lost to cheaters at this point, and I just don't want to die to somebody who doesn't even play the game at a bronze player's level. Every zero build cash cup was infected with blatant cheaters ever since zero build tournaments were deleted. They've moved to rank and have just started terrorizing everyone there. I'd originally planned on doing ranked content and high kill games this season like I used to, but after logging on, dying to cheaters, and getting off and repeating the cycle for about 3 days, I just decided to quit the game. It's mind-blowing to me that this issue has existed for almost an entire year now, and Epic Games have done little to nothing to resolve it other than pretty empty legal threats to cheaters and cheat providers. It's completely unacceptable for a competitive shooter game to have almost zero competitive integrity. I'm going to be calling out a lot of the ways people cheat and get away with it in this video. I can't possibly support Epic Games or see a future playing Fortnite because they know these issues are happening and they refuse to take action. In my opinion, because it is not profitable for them. If that sounds like me taking a shot at Epic Games, that's because I am, and it's 100% justified. The only thing stopping Epic Games from destroying their cheating issue is the fact they would have to invest into the competitive scene, which they can't justify those costs while they're getting more than enough money from casuals and children. I also want to point out that I have no issue with people spending money on the game. It's none of my business, but Epic Games are obligated to provide and uphold a fair competitive experience in a competitive shooter game. So with that being said, I'm not some jerk on the internet who's going to criticize other people without providing any realistic solutions. So I'm going to inform all you guys how people are cheating, how we can stop them or ban them before they can become an issue, and also what the future of my channel is going to look like. Cheaters use a wide variety of hacks to gain an unfair advantage in tournaments and ranked matches, so I'm going to list all those methods and give you a brief overview of what they do and how they can be stopped. Loot hacks allow you to see what loot is behind walls and in chests. Wall hacks are pretty obvious. You can see through walls. Aimbot and soft aim allows you to toggle an aim sheet to the degree that you choose to either absolutely destroy everyone with perfect aim or gain a massive aim advantage by turning it down to a reasonable level in order to not get caught. Storm predictions allow you to see where the circles will close, essentially giving you infinite forecasts. And information cheats are usually a part of wall hacks, but I wanted to clarify that being able to see player names and earnings as well as people's loadouts despite anonymous mode being on is another form of cheating. Now, those are old cheats that explicitly alter the game itself, but there are even more players cheating in subtle ways that I'd like to point out. Q sniping is a way to make sure you're in a game against people you know and trade surge tags against them in order to not have to take a real fight, which is a pretty common tactic in build tournaments, but almost non-existent in zero build tournaments, just like zero build tournaments. Anyhow, cheaters also participate in cheating Discord servers and friend groups where they'll team primarily in solos and place bounties on pro players or people they just don't like, essentially paying people to grief their game. All of these problems combined make Fortnite one of, if not the most toxic competitive environments of any game. So now that you know how people cheat, I'll talk about some solutions to these problems and you'll see why I have pretty much zero faith in Epic Games' competitive integrity, because these are some really easy solutions. When it comes to actually getting cheaters banned, there are really only 2 ways to find them and stop them. The first is to use an AI anti-cheat, which looks exceptionally promising when it comes to discerning who's cheating, specifically when they're trying to hide it. If you are interested in this, I'll link a video talking about AI anti-cheats in the description. The second method is my preferred method, which is to hire a team of people dedicated to reviewing reports and banning people with the most statistically probable cheaters prioritized first. Most of the cheaters causing problems in this game are blatantly cheating, and Epic Games has the statistics to find and prioritize blatantly aimbotting and wall hacking players. In my opinion, having a goal for how many games a cheating player is expected to cheat without getting caught and then hiring a larger staff till the number of games meets the expectation is a great way to minimize cheating. Now, using statistics to find and eliminate the game's worst offenders is the fastest and most broad way to fix the game's number one problem. So now that the number of games people can get away with cheating is extremely limited, we have to deal with the problem of players cheating in tournaments and ranked using alt accounts, if not buying accounts, to get into the games with the few games they have left to cheat so that they can possibly steal money and ruin people's ranked experience. Now, my preferred method for this might be a little controversial. I believe that placement matches in ranked should be eliminated and you should always start at bronze. This forces you to play way more games just so you can get to the rank at which you're allowed to play tournaments. In the the extra amount of games played, you should be banned before you manage to reach the rank at which you can play tournaments. Some people might not like that idea, but I believe for the extra competitive integrity that it adds to the game, it's actually quite a healthy solution. By far the most difficult step in stopping cheaters from destroying tournaments is preventing account selling or stopping them before they ruin tournament finals. I don't think account selling is going away anytime soon, so getting rid of them before they can infect finals lobbies is my preferred solution. I would propose to Epic that qualifier tournaments should be open every week for a month, and instead of allowing you to play in finals lobbies, they qualify you to play the real tournaments, sort of like the FNCS division system. This would allow a vast majority of cheaters to be filtered and disposed of before they can become a threat to finals lobbies. Only qualified players should be able to play in tournaments, and before a qualified player plays in a tournament, any reports of their gameplay have to be reviewed and dealt with. None of my solutions talk about legal action or potential takedown of cheat developers, because I don't actually know the law around this kind of stuff, but if you guys have an idea on what's possible for Epic to achieve through legal action, just let me know in the comments. Alright fellas, I think if any of these solutions were implemented, Fortnite would be a much better competitive game, and cheaters would be much less incentivized to attempt cheating in finals lobbies and ranked. If you make it much harder for someone to do something that harms other people, they're much less likely to do it. At the end of the day, cheaters are mostly degenerate losers who cheat because they enjoy making other people suffer, or because they think it's funny, and if you target them where it hurts and make their cheating much less enjoyable, they will move on to an easier game. That's it for the cheating solutions, guys, and that's my primary complaint about the game, but I do have a couple other topics I'd like to cover before I talk about what I'll be doing in the future. Fortnite is one of the most fun casual games out there, and I don't want to make people think that I just hate Fortnite. I love Fortnite, and I personally believe no other game is going to match its competitive, casual, almost arcade-like feel with its super addictive items and movement system. What I don't like is how Fortnite has done nothing about their horrendous hit registration for years now, where you can clearly see your shots land, and yet they blank and do nothing. I also dislike the lack of communication on Fortnite's updates and what they plan to do with their cheating problems. And this was even worse in OG Remix, where in the middle of a tournament, they updated the game, adding different items and taking away certain items. And that's just insane to me, because if you compared a mid-tournament update to any other sport in real life, it's basically like taking away the basketball that everyone's practiced with and giving them a new one halfway through the game. Like, why on earth couldn't you just wait until after the game? It's completely non-competitive, and it's such a blatantly bad decision that I can only really laugh about it. Despite the update decision being highly questionable, I also have to say that the game's updates themselves don't make much sense. Epic Games seems to be torn between releasing broken items and overpowered weapons that make the game fun for casuals, or nerfing those items and making them competitively balanced for pro players. I personally wish they would make a decision on what path they're going down, because I constantly see a casual versus sweat debate ongoing wherever I look online, and there's really no other game on the planet that defines itself as a competitive shooter where the player base flames players for being good at the game. By its very nature, Fortnite is a competitive shooter, which implies that there's a competition to win, not that you should just be handed a victory. That might sound like a jab at casuals, but I'll explain how I feel like this. I have the choice to play ranked, in which there is a cheater in almost every single game, or I can play against 60 bots and not play against real people. I feel like I'm just gonna walk over the entire lobby in a casual game and just instantly die to a cheater in ranked or at some point during the match. Both of these choices to me are incredibly unsatisfying, and I wish there was just an option to not play against bots. I want to play against real humans, and I don't want to play against cheaters. It's that simple, and I can't understand why this isn't an option. So long story short, guys, that's why I'm quitting Fortnite. Not because it's a bad game, but because it has terrible management and one of the worst cheating problems I've seen since playing Counter-Strike. I mean, maybe not recent Counter-Strike, but old Counter-Strike. I know that me quitting Fortnite is probably sad news to a lot of you guys, and I'm genuinely really sorry that I had to do it, but I've always been a competitive player, and my goal has always been to play against the best people I can find, and I simply can't achieve that in this game anymore. Fortnite's really only given me two options: play against 60 bots or play against cheaters. Now, I'll always appreciate the insane amount of love and support you guys have shown me in a ridiculously short period of time being online, but I will be moving on to play Marvel Rivals. I know it's a hero shooter, and that's not for everybody, but I'm enjoying the game again, and I've already qualified for the knockout rounds of their first championship with my team. I'm simply tired of being unrewarded for all of my competitive effort over the last year, and I'm moving on to a game that's going to give me results for my work. I'm excited to put out some more content in the future, but it won't be Fortnite based, so I love you guys. I can't thank you enough for the support you've shown me. Marvel Rivals to me feels like a golden opportunity at just the right time. I'm moving from Fortnite, which is a competitive third-person shooter, to Rivals, which is another competitive third-person shooter with an extremely strong anti-cheater stance, and it has a competitive scene off launch, which is just fantastic for me. So since I feel like I've been given a crazy second chance, I'm not going to be wasting it, guys. Like, you're going to see a crazy amount of Marvel Rivals content from me in the future, and I'm going to be grinding the game non-stop. So I'm going to leave y'all with some highlights, and I hope you have a fantastic Christmas season.
He hit the fucking top, bro.
Focusing Mantis. Dead? Two dead? Two dead?
Oh my god.
3 dead?
Look, banner up front.
Dead? Let's go, bro.
Holy shit.